Greetings, everyone. My name is Bryson, and I am going to share some information with you about Zimbabwe that will hopefully make your business trip go swimmingly. To start us off, let's talk about the language of the country. The first thing you should know about a country when considering doing business in there is language. The most commonly spoken language in Zimbabwe is English and the Shona. Uh, and this link here that you see on the slide will send you to a website that will help you learn Shona at an intermediate level. Let's talk about the culture a little bit. To start with, a greeting, a firm handshake is the most common form of greeting as it is here in the US. Direct communication is preferred, addressing people by Mr., Mrs., Doctor, that sort of thing. It is best to never use first names unless invited to do so. Personal questions about one's age, income, sexual orientation are fairly common. Avoid talking about politics at the initial meeting. And remember, speaking against the government is a crime. There is little to no touching during initial business meetings, so don't be creepy in business meetings. Direct eye contact is the norm in the business world and in towns and cities. It is an indication of honesty, and indirect eye contact is considered rude. Sticking the tongue out. Talk about taboos a little bit. Sticking your tongue out at anyone, especially to an elderly person, is considered very rude. I don't know why you would find it necessary to stick your tongue out at anyone ever. Making a hissing sound, or for that matter, any sound coming from the mouth, is bad form in the country. Licking your lips while staring at someone of the opposite sex is an obscene gesture. Speaking to someone with your hands in your pockets can be viewed as rude behavior, so don't stick your hands in your pockets while talking. As far as living goes, we'll talk about electricity, water, transportation, and housing here. There are massive power cuts. Electricity comes a few hours a day, that is, if it's available that day. This means that your electrical gadgets will be off the whole day. It is horrible if you are a visitor because your phone and laptop will need charging. Your entertainment is switched off, and the streets are dark. Water, it comes in drips and drabs unless you have a private water supply. Municipal water is not available in many towns, so forget the nice warm shower and get a bucket. As far as transportation goes, the National Railways of Zimbabwe manages lines between the major destinations via trains. After that, there are many taxi services that you will need to use in order to get around. If you'd rather have your own way of transportation, there are car rental services available to you that you can use. There are many beautiful homes that you can rent out in Zimbabwe, and there are plenty of living options in and outside of the major cities. So you have your choice in housing. As far as business goes, you'll need to dress well. In Zimbabwe, it is formal for people to dress very well as it is when conducting business, as it is here in the United States. For men, formal suits and ties, and they prefer darker colors in Zimbabwe for men. For women, conservative yet stylish is a good choice. Avoid wearing overly expensive accessories, dresses, skirts cut above the knee, and sleeveless attire. Always show up on time to business meetings, as this gives a very good impression. It is customary to greet whoever is closest to you or whoever you meet first. Allow the host to begin and end business discussions. While negotiating, it is important to remember to be honest about the price and also expect people to tend to need some time to look things over before making a decision. It is important to have some basic knowledge of the local language. As I mentioned, for example, saying good morning, good afternoon, good evening can go a long way and creates a good business base, and it shows them that you're really interested in the people in the country, not just the business side of things. You will need to get in touch with the people that we are partnering with, the company that we are partnering with, via phone or email. It is the most formal way of contact before initial greeting. Past that, just remember to keep your wits about you in Zimbabwe. Don't do anything to jeopardize the company's name, and safe travels. Have a great trip, everybody.